Good morning, good evening, and good night. At the time of writing this video, the Wave 5 trailer for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has finally released. Now these had very, and I mean very good courses. I'm not gonna make an analysis or something because I'm demotivated too. I might make a ranking for the courses at some point though. Now since Wave 5 released, we only have one wave of the booster course pass left with 8 courses, so you read the title. You saw the thumbnail. In this video, I will predict Wave 6 South courses, the characters, and maybe something else it could get. Keep in mind, don't get angry over these predictions since it's what I personally believe. If you don't like them, okay, whatever. Anyways, I will split this video into some parts. First will be the courses, the second will be the characters, and the third will be the new thing like characters in Wave 4. However, there is one thing I'd like to discuss, the prefix leak. Now if you've been in the 8 Deluxe community long enough, you'll most likely know there is a prefix leak which showed all of the remaining prefixes. And yes, you guys will probably know what I'm about to say. For Wave 2 these were 100% accurate, and with Wave 3 and 4, they were also accurate, except there was some swapping. However, Wave 5 had a trick up its sleeve. Now basically, there were only supposed to be 2 courses for the BCP. One is Koopa Cape because it's on the banner. The other Rainbow Road cause literally everything points to it. However, all of a sudden, Moonview Highway came to Wave 5. So you may think, wait, if there's 2 tracks, and 2 are in Wave 5, that means Rainbow Road is ending the booster course pass. Well you see, that's where you're wrong. Now basically, we knew with the music leak that Maple Treeway was supposed to be in Wave 6 and Waluigi Stadium, Wave 3. However, after that, Nintendo swapped these 2 tracks. It feels weird that Vancouver and Maple Treeway were supposed to be next to each other. So that's probably why they swapped it. So if they swapped it, Maple Treeway was Wave 3 and Waluigi Stadium Wave 6. However, Waluigi Stadium might have been too easy for Wave 6. If you would put Waluigi Stadium in Wave 6, might as well put Wario Coliseum instead. So instead they moved Waluigi Stadium to Wave 4. Now here's the thing. I am 100% sure Mushroom Bridge was intended to be coming to Wave 4. If it was Daisy Cruiser, there'd be 3 summer tracks next to each other, and it'd feel too ambitious. However, if they moved Waluigi Stadium to Wave 4, they might thought, hey, Mushroom Bridge is way too easy for Wave 5, so let's scrap it. So they replaced it with Moonview Highway. However, assuming they replaced it after Waluigi Stadium and Maple Treeway got swapped, then Moonview Highway and Singapore Speedway would be next to each other. Therefore, they moved Moonview to Wave 5. So TL, Doctor, is they replaced Bridge with Moonview because Bridge might been too simple. Now this video might be after Wave 5. So well know if Moonview replaced Mushroom Bridge by the file name. If it's CNSW for 6, it is. If it's something different like CNSW63, it replaced a Nitro. Anyways, that's my view on the Moonview situation. So it's time for the actual predictions. Starting with courses, I also predict Wave 6 will release on November 13th, 2023. Now Wave 6 begins us with the Acorn Cup, and if you somehow haven't noticed, every cup starts with a tour track. For me particularly, I chose Rome Avanti for this spot. Now Rome Avanti is the newest city from Mario Kart Tour, and I put it here mainly because it doesn't fit anywhere else. It's way too easy for the Spiny Cup, and it's a good warm-up to start a wave. The music is pretty chill, however it still has things like rocky wrenches, chain chomps and famous landmarks like the Coliseum. The route, however, I feel like will be simple enough. Lap 1 is the normal Rome Avanti 1 taking you through the Coliseum. Lap 2 is Rome Avanti 2 in reverse since it goes the other way as Rome 1. And this has things like the rocky wrenches. And lap 3 is going to be the unreleased Rome Avanti 3, which is unique cause it has the chain chomp and you go through this road in the Coliseum, which seems very cool. I have a feeling 8 Deluxe-wise, this will be part of the more underrated cities. Another reason I think it's here is because normally, the first city track you play in a wave with the exception of Paris has a very simple route, which normally follows a variant, is a lap. And since my route is just 1, 2 and 3, I'd say, this is a good fit for the course's placement. Also just look at how complicated that mini-map is. To be honest, it actually does make sense on why this course is in Wave 6. Although in my opinion if this course came earlier, I'd say it would be a good fit for Wave 5. Now that we're done with Rome Avanti, we move on to the second track of the Acorn Cup. Now for this track in particular, I couldn't find any good placement for it besides here, being Sin's Bowser Castle 3. Now I know what you guys most likely are thinking.
But Waluigi, it's a Bowser Castle, so it has to be the penultimate of the pass.
Well no, I will never believe that. And I have a couple reasoning of why. First of all, let's go back to the prefix leak. Since Bowser Castle 3 was supposed to be the 3rd track of the Cherry Cup. So why would that be moved to the penultimate track? It's like if Mushroom Gorge and Merry Mountain swap placements. And you can't forget that no matter how advanced the remake is, it's still just a Sans track. It's also very easy to be the penultimate of the BCP, and way too short. Sure, it has bone piranhas, jumps, thwomps and more, but it's still too easy no matter how hard it tries disguising itself. To be honest, with all the evidence, I'm surprised that Sans BC3 got moved to Wave 6 in all honesty. Considering it's just a Sans track and easy, I put it here. I didn't put it as the third track of the Acorn, because there is a track which pulls that off much better than BC3. If I could, I would probably move Sans BC3 as the second track of either the Feather or Cherry Cup. But that's mainly what I wanted. Hey, now that Sans BC3 is in Wave 6, it makes Wave 5 way better. Not saying BC3 is a bad track, but compared to the others, yeah, this is probably gonna be the weakest in the wave like GBA tracks. It's not bad, but not as good as the others. Now, as I said, I did move Sans BC3 to the Acorn Cup because there was a much better fit for it. The track in question being DK Mountain. Now yes, you guys will fight over me choosing DKM, but I made a video about why I think it's more likely than Dino Jungle. This is a fan favorite course, mainly because of where you go up a cannon and down a mountain, with lots of hairpin turns. Some other points I have of DK Mountain is this. Now we literally got Moonview Highway in Wave 5, and we have so many night cities. So DK Mountain is the problem. Plus besides Wave 1, each wave has had 2 tracks. So why not do that with Wave 6? Sure, you guys can go, but so does the 3Ds. However, Wii's bias is much more balanced than 3Ds. For example, some waves had 3 3Ds tracks, Wave 4 had 0. However, besides Wave 1, each wave has had 2 tracks. The reason I placed it here as well, it actually, in my opinion, is probably the best place this track can go. Normally, if a retro ends a cup, the 4th track is a fan favorite. However, if a tour track ends a cup or nitro, then the 3rd track is a fan favorite with the exception of Sky Garden, and to an extent, Moonview Highway. We can see this pattern with Coconut Mall, Waluigi Pinball, Mushroom Gorge, Maple Tree Way, 3D's Rainbow Road, DK Summit, Waluigi Stadium, Moonview, and Koopa Cape. Now since every cup from Wave 4-6 will end with a tour or nitro track besides the Spiny Cup, I placed DK Mountain as the 3rd track of the cup. It could be the 2nd track of the Spiny Cup, but only if I didn't have another track in my predictions. Anyways, this whole part of the video was basically dedicated to DK Mountain. And this is a small thing, but I also in a way predicted it, because if DK Mountain comes, my expectations stay the same. However, if Dino Jungle comes, my expectations will be blown away. Kind of like Cruiser and Moonview for me. Now, as I said before, the last track of the Acorn Cup will be a nitro track. This is a no-brainer for the pick, to be fair, but if you somehow don't know, it's Piranha Plant Cove. Now this track works like a city track, as in it has 3 routes, however it isn't a city. To be honest, they should have saved this course for Wave 5, because when you think of it, it's pretty simple. PPC1 is just GBABC1, PPC2 really just has gliders, and PPC3, although looking very unique, controls very in Tour. I predict this'll also have a simple route. In fact, maybe on the same levels as Rome. Lap 1 is PPC1, because it has a simple layout and it's pretty calm. Lap 2 is PPC2, because it's basically a more advanced version of PPC1 with its glider. It also has a very simple layout. And Lap 3 is PPC3, cause it has the most unique things like go in through a crystal cave, and a ship shortcut here. Overall, I think this track will be fine in 8 Deluxe. Fine in the sense, as in if the other tracks suck if I'm playing online, I'd choose this one. It isn't a bad track, it's just very, I don't even know how to describe it. I also think this wasn't meant for Wave 5 at all, because it'd have lots of aero-based tracks in one wave. Wave 1 had 2, so why would Wave 2, 3 and 4 have 3, Wave 5 have 4, and Wave 6 2? Anyways, that's kind of it for PPC. There isn't much to talk about for it. Okay, after a bit we're now done with the Acorn Cup. Overall, I'd say I'm pretty confident in my track placements for this cup. A quick recap of the cup is Rome Avanti, since Bowser Castle 3, DK Mountain and Piranha Plant Cove. So after this we're finally on the last cup of the game, the Spiny Cup. Considering I'm probably at the halfway point in this video, I have a feeling the second half will be longer, considering I may or may not have some controversial predictions. However, I do have evidence to them. So the Spiny Cup starts off with our last ever city for Mario Kart Tour. We all probably know that data miners found names of courses and assets in them. The last reliable one we have is Mob MD. It has a tent asset, and you'll be surprised if it's not Madrid. Sure, it could be Medina, but I wouldn't know how that would work. Now, considering Madrid's unreleased right now, I'll go predict what I think it'll be like. First, I have a feeling it'll have a heavy emphasis on orange and brown, maybe a bit of autumn, a sunset, and lots of buildings. I put this here because some places in Madrid look beautiful. It would serve as a very nice ender to city tracks. I also made a rough sketch of a map. All I did was overlay it from Google Maps. Now, this will be the most random thing ever considering it's unreleased. But I predict the route is 1, 2 with a bit of 1, then 3. Yes, I am just blabbering random numbers, so don't expect that to come true. Anyways, that's all I can really say for Madrid. I am 99% sure is to Nitro, considering if I remember correctly, there's arrow gates, and each wave only has 3 arrow tracks. Anyways, let's move on to the next track. For the next track, I predict it'll be a Nitro track from Mario Kart Tour. If you've been paying attention to my predictions, you'll probably know that this track is going to be Piranha Plant Pipeline. Now we can mostly agree that Pipeline made predictions way harder. I wish I could place this as the 3rd track of the Acorn Cup, but I doubt we'd have to Piranha tracks next to each other. They should have just stuck with the name Dokkan Canyon or Dokkan Derby. So that's a small rant. Anyways, for this track, there's only a trailer, but it looks very nice. It's supposed to be the revival of Dokkan Course from Mario Kart DS, and it does a good job. There's topoths here, there are fuzzies here, and different colored pipes. I have a feeling that besides Sky High Sundae, this will be the most underrated Nitro. It looks very cool. I also put this in the Spiny Cup because of the music. It reminds me of Wario Shipyard and Piranha Plant Slide because of the rocky intro and rocky beat, with a Piranha Plant Slide tune. And yes, this course is literally just Piranha Plant Slides and Koopa Cape's Kid. Literally. Just look at it and you'll understand. Overall, this is shaping to be a very nice Nitro track, and I'm excited to play it, even if it looks kind of underwhelming. Okay, be prepared guys, this next track will be very controversial, but I have evidences up my sleeve. So before you guys comment, just hear me out. Now I was struggling to put 2 tracks in this spot. First of all, there was GBABC4, which I made a whole video about. It got a very big glow up, however we also have since BC3 in the same wave. Then, there's Airship Fortress, the much more fan-favorited one. Now I know for a fact, if you guys don't listen to this part of the video you'll say I'm coping like Dry Ruins and Yoshi Dessert will come. But I chose Airship Fortress. Now please listen to this part. And I mean the whole thing before you even think about commenting, cause if you don't you'll think him coping. Anyways, this part of the video will be pretty long. Now let me fight all of the other scenarios. First of all, we get a mystery Nitro, which hasn't been datamant like Sky High Sundae. It could be based on the Darklands, and Wave 6 had 3 Nitros. First of all, 3 Nitros is absurd. When all other waves had 1 Nitro, why would Wave 6 have 3 of them? It's way too overwhelming when you realize that if it was a Nitro, the wave would only have 3. Yes, 3 retro tracks. Sure, the Nitro may not be datamant yet. However, I still think 3 in 1 wave is too much. Okay, second one.
You're just hoping for Airship Fortress because DS Mario Circuit came. Airship will come in the next game.
First of all, and not coping. If I was ID have Delfino Square cause and not the biggest Airship Fortress fan. Now besides Wave 4, each wave has had at least 1 3Ds track. And what other track is from 3Ds which could fit in Wave 6? That's right, Airship Fortress. This track also got a glow up in tour visual wise, and it would fit Wave 6. They can reuse the Monty asset and the lava from Sans Bowser Castle 3. It wouldn't be that hard. Third one.
Why Airship Fortress? Why not something like Yoshi Dessert, Dry Ruins, or Rosalina Ice World?
First of all, let's look at the retros most probably planned for Wave 6, Maple Treeway, DK Mountain, and Wii Rainbow Road. You can see in that list, it's filled with hard courses and fan-favorited ones. So don't you think something like Rosalina's Ice World wouldn't fit? If 3 retros were planned for Wave 6, wouldn't they want to choose the best ones if there's such few? People don't look at Tokyo Blur and go, whoa, it's so cool, ill by the BCP. Rather, it's the retros. There's a reason we have courses like Coconut Mall, Koopa Cape, 3D's Rainbow Road, etc. I didn't chose GBABC4 because it'd feel weird that they moved since BC3 from Wave 5 to Wave 6. If there was a Bowser Castle already planned for Wave 6. If you guys go but BC3 and Airship blend with each other, they really don't. The only similar part is they both have lava. It's like Moonview and Vancouver. Those are in different cups, which is also why I have Airship and BC3 in different cups. Moonview and Vancouver only are similar with their time of day. Moonview is a city track taking you through a city. Vancouver doesn't take you through a city, but there's bridges, a stadium, and a park. Just like BC3 and Airship. BC3 takes you through a small Bowser Castle with lots of elevation and enemies. Airship takes you through lots of ships floating above lava with enemies and a cannon where you then go down a spiral. Anyways, if you guys didn't believe that the part was that long, look at the script for this part. If this doesn't explain it to you, I don't know what will. Fun fact, the first part of this video was around 7K letters. And this whole essay about Airship around 3,000, around. So this part of the video was around half of what the first part is. Okay, now let's go to the finale course, the ending, the grand finale of the booster course pass. The 48 courses are ending. What else do I put here? Okay, I'm wasting time. Let's go to it. Come on. It has to be Wii Rainbow Road. You know it's funny. This part of the video might actually be controversial. However, I explained near the beginning of the video why I think Moonview Highway swapped Mushroom. Bridge. Anyways, we Rainbow Road may be the best Rainbow Road to end a game. A cannon. Very well known. Looks beautiful. Got a very big glow up in tour. And got the most effort out of a remake there. Tricks, half pipes, split pots, dash panels. It's amazing. Also the remix for this course will go hard. I have a feeling the reason why Nintendo replaced Bridge with Moonview is to trick everyone to think the prefix leak is fake and we Rainbow Road can't end the BCP. Come on. Tell me in full seriousness that like a month ago you'd think Moonview Highway ended the booster course pass. Do you really think they'll scrap the most effort put to a tour remake? If your guy's argument is GC and Rainbow Road, that doesn't work since there is no shot that is coming to tour at all. Every Rainbow Road besides the RMX ones in tour are in 8 Deluxe. It's pretty obvious we Rainbow Road will end the BCP. Anyways, now that we're done with that, it's time for characters. Now Wave 6 will bring us to characters, as we know. One is here and the other here, or will they? Hear me out. There was a leak in Wave 2 suggesting that some characters could be combined with their original form. Not only that, but it makes sense because why would Wave 5 have 3 characters and Wave 6 2? Also, I saw a post saying that things like Peach and Cat Peach, Mario and Tanuki Mario, etc. can't be in one race now after Wave 4, which is true, so I predict we'll have 4 empty spots. These 4 in particular, so the first character is Nabbit. Now Nabbit fits next to the Koopalings, and he could be the goofy pick just like Wiggler. Had probably be shown off in the trailer first because the other 3 characters are hype. Also yes, I am kind of rushing this part of the video. Now I don't have Nabbit because of BC3 cause, as we can see. Characters don't tie in with tracks. Second is Pauline. She's basically appearing in every spin-off, and she's kind of the closest we can get to a character. On this row, which is non-Mario, if Rob comes to tour, just replace Pauline with him. The third character is Funky. Has a fan-favorite character from Wii, and he even broke the tour servers when he released there. And assuming there's only 2 characters, I'd choose Diddy over Pauline. And the last character is Diddy. I'd only choose him because he was in a Spanish magazine. And anyone who thinks Funky is better at representing Donkey Kong Country really need to play a DKC game. Anyways, those are my characters, so goodbye Joe. Wait, there's the new thing. You know what? Just add the Mega Mushroom, and maybe some other item like a giant banana, or Bowser Shell. Anyways, that's the whole video, so be sure to subscribe, and go play Mario Kart, you pinballers.